You know, there are all sorts of friends in life. Super close friends, friends where you pick up right where you left off friends, and friends you made through other friends. Well, tonight on The Good Stuff, it's about the third one. A friend who's invited me to her kids' birthday parties, but a friend who I had to find out on Facebook she'd had a baby friend, a new baby friend, who wasn't really Facebook nor this world ready, but came anyway, thanks to a call to live. Superman. It's always good to see old friends, even when you already know the answer to the usual first question. How's it been lately? Pearson and his sister Taylor were quick to show me life's been pretty cool for them with their in-ground backyard trampoline. But for parents, Heather and Brian Bourgeois.
She's got a really strong personality, and all the doctors and her incredible nurses all say that they've fallen in love with her. Look at you, look at you smile.
I think a newborn beats the kid's trampoline, hands down. Her name is Hadley.
Hadley's incredible.
And this is where we begin to get a better idea of why I wanted to pay them a visit. Not just because they had a preemie a month and a half ago.
She was 1 pound, 6 ounces.
But because many feared Hadley.
Look at my baby's leg.
And her mother, Heather, wouldn't make it through that day.
Every doctor we've encountered have all said that they can't believe that I'm alive.
Patient complained of an elevated heart rate.
Where is this at again?
How old is she?
Each call for help.
Engine 2, go to TAC channel 6.
And each day inside the Caddo 911 call center is generally nothing like the last.
I love it. I mean, because no 2 days are ever the same.
Kind of like that early Saturday morning back on May 2nd.
Yeah, it's relatively quiet. There's not a whole lot, going on the first part of the day.
Maybe quiet that morning for dispatch supervisor Veronica Rambo.
Okay, we'll get the fire department on the way.
Engine 22, aspect 19, fire search 5.
I woke up that morning and I knew immediately that something was terribly wrong.
But a morning calm was quickly shattered down this hall of the Bourgeois home.
I was really scared about my mom.
I knew I needed to get to her, and I knew that she would take care of me. And I immediately got up and ran to her room and just fell on her bed.
In one breath, Heather quickly asked Taylor to call her husband, Brian. But in the next,
I just obviously started screaming because the pain was just unbearable.
What's your emergency?
To instead call for help.
Hello, my mom's hurting really bad, and I think we need an ambulance.
I could hear her talking to someone.
What's your name?
Taylor.
I launched into my questions, and she launched into her answers. And she could answer everything I asked her.
Where's she hurting at?
I think her stomach, but she's pregnant too.
It has to be scary for them. And that's where, being calm and being reassuring comes into play.
And an unimaginable level of scary for Heather, who says it literally felt like her life was draining from her body.
It was this feeling that I knew without a doubt that I was dying.
I just woke up and she just started screaming, Taylor.
Because of Taylor, firefighters from Station 22 were at their home in minutes, critical minutes. She was rushed into ER, where Heather says she was convinced she was close to breathing her final breaths.
That's when my vision just went to where it was just black shadows, and I knew that there wasn't much life left in me.
Heather says that's the last she remembers. When doctors opened up her abdomen, they found her uterus ruptured. Now, she had previously been diagnosed with a torn uterus, so they knew this was already a high-risk pregnancy. What they found, 2 liters of blood had drained to her stomach, alongside Hadley, who had barely reached 23 weeks.
She's not supposed to be in the world right now. It's amazing to know it's a human at 22, 23 weeks.
But is here because of a dispatcher who quickly connected with a brave young girl.
We've got the fire department on the way.
You could have swapped me with anyone else to answer the phone, but it was more so Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
You were so well-mannered.
And because of a brave young girl who can always say she helped bring her sister into this world.
I knew I could rely on her. I tell her she's my little hero. I love you so much. You're gonna be home with me soon.
Hadley needs your prayers in a big way. A long way to go medically. Heather is extremely grateful, and so am I for that matter, for every A-shift EMS and firefighter who raced over from Station House 22, and to every single doctor and nurse who kept them both alive. Taylor says she learned about calling 911 and using a strong voice from the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office Safety Town programs. Gotta love that. If coming this close to losing her mother and new sister isn't painful enough, this moment means even more when I tell you she lost her father, Josh Lesniewski, roughly 4 years ago. He died in the years following a traumatic fall. So to know she played a huge role in preventing the loss of another parent is downright incredible.